Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So today I'm here to talk about the battery life on the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 and about what you can expect if you want to pick up one of these phones and use it as your daily driver. I've had my SIM card in it, I've been using it, testing it out alongside the Z Flip 3 for the last 2 weeks now. And it's a very good phone. I like it a lot. I especially like the inclusion of the S Pen. It really has taken this device up to the next level for me, to where I actually can be pretty happy with carrying it around as a daily driver or a secondary phone and not just, okay, let me use it at nighttime. And it's basically replaced my tablet for me. So I do like that. But the battery life is not all sunshine and rainbows. It's very adequate. I'm not going to say that it has bad battery life. You would expect it, I think, maybe to get slightly better. And you can if you do some battery tips and tricks. I made a complete video about that. But I'm going to talk to you in this video about my experience with the battery life on the Z Fold 3. So when it comes to the battery life on the Z Fold 3, it's not bad. And it's not the most amazing in the world. And I had I want to say I had kind of low expectations coming into it because following up from the Z Fold 2, I just didn't have amazing battery life with this one either. Typically, I got about 4.5 hours of screen on time by the time I hit 20% battery. Largely, that's about what I get here. I tested it 3 days in a row, and each time, I tested it pretty much every day, but this last week, specifically 3 times in the evening, as soon as it hit about the 20% mark, and about 20% battery at around the 4.5 hour mark. Sometimes a little closer to like 4:15, sometimes a little closer to 4:30, 4:40. But really, I think this one will probably get me about 5.5 hours of complete screen on time before it's dead. And a lot of people talk about screen on time as an inefficient metric. I think it's probably the most important one for this phone for the target audience. And you're using your phone a lot and you have the screen on. The screen is what absolutely kills the battery on this phone. If you have the screen on a lot, whether that's Twitter, whether that's Chrome, whatever you're doing on the phone, if the screen is on, it is drawing battery. And depending on what you're doing, especially with the 120 hertz refresh rate, it even doubly drains the battery, even more so than that. So if you have it on adaptive refresh rate, if you have it on the brightness up around 70-80%, if you don't do any power saving features, if you're using light mode, yeah, at about 20%, you're probably going to have about 4.5 hours of screen on time. But all this is very, very subjective. Don't let me make you think that the phone has really bad battery life. It doesn't. For people, normal people don't use their screen 4, 5, 6 hours a day. People like me, other tech enthusiasts, people who are just really, really into social media, content creation. I think there are certain types of people, certain types of jobs that people do, or just their affinity for using their phone. If you are constantly using your phone all the time, you pretty much kill any phone. If you're probably in the same boat that I'm in. But I think that 4.5 hours of screen on time is enough to get me from what I need to do in the morning to what I need to get done in the evening. So when I come home, I've got enough battery to get through dinner, put my phone on the charger, top it off, and be good for the rest of the evening. But at 4,400 milliamps, it's slightly on the disappointing side. For me, I wish it were a little bit better. This is a recurring theme, and you're probably tired of listening to me talk about battery by now. It's something that I always get into discussions on because I use my phones so heavily. Because I use them so heavily, I am continually running low on battery. So, what I gotta say is, if you're looking to pick this phone up, and you are a moderate user on your phone, you're probably going to get about 5 to 6 hours of screen on time, no problem, without having to adjust any battery settings. My book, as long as you can get 5 to 6 hours of screen on time, it should be good for just about anybody to get through the day. Not all day long. It might need to be put on the charger around 9 or 10 o'clock at night if you've got a really long day, but it should get you to about that. Realistically, if you're sitting at work all day and your work is not being on your phone, then I don't know how you're going to use the phone for 4.5 to 6 hours of screen on time in one day. Maybe on the weekend, maybe traveling, and that's a big thing. But if you're traveling, you likely have a battery bank, you've got a way to charge it, all that good stuff. So I do have more hangups with the Z Flip 3 because it only has a 3,300 milliamp battery, and I'm getting about 3 hours and 45 minutes of screen on time. This one right here, 4.5 to 5 hours at 20%, I think is okay. It's like I said, it's not the greatest in the world. I mean, just looking at like the iPhone 11 Pro Max, the iPhone 12 Pro Max, I used both of those before, and they get me 7, 8, 9, 10 hours of screen on time with significantly less battery. So, but it's hard to compare those because when you look at Apple and you look at Android, just what they do with the hardware and their software, it's not exactly the same. And Android always gets worse battery life, at least in the last couple of generations of phones. So, looking at the Z Fold 3, if you're looking to get at least 4, 5, 6 hours of screen on time, very doable. If you need more than that, if you're trying to get 7 or 8 hours of screen on time, running all the features at 100%, you're likely not going to hit that. If you do some of the battery saving measures, if you follow the guidance in my video, I got a link right here. You can click the little thing later. You can check that out, and I made a video on how to maximize the battery life on your Z Fold 3. But overall, as I've been using it, it got a lot better. Like when you first get it, the first couple of days, it's not going to be that great, especially the first 24 to 48 hours. Why? The phone has to learn your behavior. There is this thing called adaptive battery, and what it does is it uses power management features. It learns how you use your phone. It learns about how to restrict background data and what you're doing, and it's going to maximize your battery life by turning stuff off you're not using, turning stuff on you are using. You can go in and use Bixby routines. I also made a video about that to show you how you can do some more things to maximize the power and efficiency and battery life on your phone. This phone is an all-day phone. I would be hesitant to say it's a 2-day phone. I mean, some people will definitely be able to stretch this phone 2 days, but you're probably in the casual user department. If you're a workhorse of a person, if you are a power user, if you are a heavy, like really into using your phone person, it's a 1-day phone, but it's an all-day phone. Like it should get you to about the end of the day, no problems. Throw it on the charger. It has quick charge. It recharges way faster than the Z Flip 3 just because it's not limited to 15 watts. But overall, I think that it's doing a pretty good job. Very consistent with the Z Fold 2, so they definitely made some improvements. The Snapdragon 888 processor is really, I think, showing that extra 20% battery efficiency and performance that you're getting out of that 5nm chipset versus the 7 that was in last year's phone with the Snapdragon 865 Plus. So overall, I feel pretty confident in saying if you want to pick one of these up, battery is not something you're really going to have to worry about. For a few select people like me in high intensity situations where you're going to be out away from home using it all day, have a charger, take it with you, use a battery bank. But overall, I think that you're going to be happy with it. I think 90% of people that pick up this phone will never have an issue with the battery. It won't be a problem. There might be a few like me who do get problems with it. And I mean, it's not really a problem, just that, I mean, I can kill any phone in a day. Like if they say it's a 3-day phone, I'm going to kill it in 1 day. So I don't want to paint that picture of you're going to have problems because I don't think you will. I think it'll be all right. At 4,400 milliamps, I wish that they could squeeze a little bit more juice out of it just because that's a lot of battery. But when you're talking about having 2 screens, having a big screen on the inside that's basically a small tablet, 120 hertz on the inside and the outside, 5G, all the bells and whistles, and the best Android performance Snapdragon processor you could get this last year, I think it's a good phone. I think battery life will hold up for you, and I think that you can expect to enjoy this phone all day long. So that's all I've got in this video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down in the comments section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoy the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.